This Hicks, unstoppable. And he hits the pole. Oh, welcome back. Player profile and projections. Aaron Hicks, the long-tenured Yankee at this point. Jim, he was, looking for more playing time, but he played 130 games last year. In what was a down year, and self-admitted by him. 8 homers, 10 steals. He had a couple hot streaks that gave us a little bit of life on the tip of our tongues. But as Hicks described his 2022 season himself, honestly horrible. So Aaron Hicks, Jim, he's back and he's in the mix.
Yeah, you hate to hear some of the quotes and all of that, but then you remember some of the quotes from last year and you're like, what, dog? You played a lot. You acted like you didn't play at all. I'm rooting for a Hicks to be part of the team. I don't know in what capacity. He had highs and lows last year. He was coming back at the end and playing and had the collision that sent him out. But yeah, it's super interesting they got Gallo to play over him. Gallo didn't work out. And then they got Bader or Benintendi to play over him and Bader. Think about how many outfielders they've traded for when Hicks is an outfielder for the Yankees. He's not the center fielder anymore. And that kind of happens without any hub or thought or fight. Like, does he still see himself as a center fielder? He has to. I don't know. Now he's fighting for a job in general. So it's you can understand how it's a mind fuck for him.
Yeah, and he, chase rate still really good, Jim. And we actually, he showed the arm a little bit. It felt like the sprint speed went down a little bit. It was up from 2020 or 2021, the same as 2020. So, I don't know, man. I mean, like you said, had to be a bizarre year for him. I mean, between the quotes and the reaction to that, between, the incident on the left field line where he kind of stopped playing, but the ball was in play. It ends with him colliding with Oswaldo in the playoffs. A lot of downs for Hicksy. Again, with a couple 2-week stretches that you're like, maybe like that switch hitting, playing left field, I'm into it. I don't know. He's 33 this year. There's 3 years left on the contract. If he stays on the Yankees this year, he gets his 10-5 rights, which means he's on the team, which had convinced me a few times that of the Donaldson, Hicks, IKF situation, that he would be the odd guy out because you can kind of eat half the money. You could get out of the 10-5 stuff pretty easily. As of right now, as of March 2nd, it doesn't seem like that. And it seems like, again, everyone wants Oswaldo. It seems like Aaron Hicks is lining up to be your opening day left fielder.
Yeah, it does. They like him as a guy who can go take a walk and switch hit and all of that. And I don't know. I think I'm rooting for him, man. He's had some good moments with the Yankees. And as far as that one play down the left field, stinks. And that whole entire interview he did, which I hated, stinks. And not to harp on it, but it says here in our notes, so I'm going to harp on it, that after being booed at Yankee Stadium, Hicks openly expressed intrigue about Joey Gallo playing better after getting traded to the Dodgers and wondered if the same result could happen to him. And that just makes my blood boil.
Yeah.
Because Gallo didn't play better with the Dodgers. The whole baseball world got just pushed into this falsehood that Gallo played bad with the Yankees because they booed him. And then he played better in the Dodgers because they didn't. And he didn't. His numbers are the same. And his numbers are only slightly better because Gallo hit 2 home runs off position players with the Dodgers. That's the only reason his numbers are slightly better with the Dodgers is because he had like 3 homers and 2 of them came off position players. So just like, I want to reiterate that again. It's just nonsense. Anyway.
Yeah, when the time of the interview came out, I think Gallo was there for like a week, and he had
2 homers off position players in that first week. It's just like, whatever. Just such the most bullshit false narrative that got like just like peppered last year.
There was like a through 5 games, Gallo's numbers were great, obviously. Through 5 games. But
Hicks played better on the road last year. He also why I feel bad for Hicks is he had that injury, that sheath, the wrist sheath, whatever, that Teixeira had, and that we were told zaps you of your power. Just absolutely zaps you of your power and is hard to come back from. And Teixeira came back from it for 1 season before retiring and had to go like all these lengths to be able to play and get his body right to be able to play through it. And Hicks lost weight and got skinnier because he thought that was going to help him. And he had no power last year. Like in the opening month, remember, his numbers were pretty good, but just like no extra base hits at all. I think Hicks, at one point we were counting how many balls he hit over the infielder's head in the air. And it was like 1 after 3 months of play. And obviously we didn't give him that much leeway there. Like, you are coming back from this injury that's, we were warned was going to zap you of your power, and then your power zapped, and we kind of didn't like allow that to happen when we were told that was what was going to happen. And I feel a little bad about that. But also he said that he also doesn't think he should have got skinnier. And I don't know if he's bulked up this spring, if anyone's reporting that, but he said that he needed to put mass back on. I haven't taken that in, but there's part of me that is like, let Hicks start and see how he does, because also I want the other 2 positions to change more.
Yeah, I mean, he had a big July. He had a 890 OPS in July, 23 games, a 412 on base that paired with in April, March, like you're saying. I mean, there was only 1 home run, but he was getting on base and slapping around, and you're like, all right. So there was, 2 really solid months and kind of the left fielder we would love to have. And then there's 2 of the worst months of baseball you'll see. OPS is in the 3s. So it's just tough because we've been looking for the Benintendi, right? A guy who can play defense and give us something. And I think that's Hicks' problem right now is he doesn't have a thing. Like, he's not like a verse lefty or verse righty guy. He's not a power guy or a speed guy. Like, he doesn't have the one thing where you're like, ooh, I'd love if Hicks was there right now. The only thing is drawing walks. And sometimes you got to be honest, it's not drawing walks. It's hoping for walks. So that's where, I don't know, man, of those 3 positions we've harped on so much, short, third, and left field. I don't know, man. He would definitely have a role on the team and play. Like, if he's on the roster, he can still, in theory, play all 3 outfield positions, and he switch hits and all of that. I don't know. It's funny, again, looking at the stats on paper. His first half, 236, 361, a 713 OPS. I know that's obviously not special, but that's, again, for left field, like, we'd almost sign up for that at this point. But in his second half, he was bad, and then the quotes came out that I don't know. I think all of us, there's a little chord struck when Hicksy is playing right. Like, he's Judge's boy, and he's been around since 2016. Like, he's...
when he's playing well.
When he's playing well.
Or you mean right field?
Yeah. When he's playing right, as in playing well, yes.
Yeah, all right. I'm confused.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's just... there's a little bit of frustration that comes with it when he's still fully in the mix, because whether it's options or money or whatever it is, like, he's going to play. And they tried to go after Benny. They didn't get him. So now it's Ortega, and who's not promised anything. It's Oswaldo, who is not promised anything, unfortunately. That, yeah, like, as long as he's on the roster, he's going to play. It's the Brett Gardner theory.
I think he's going to be the starting left fielder, and then they're going to be looking to trade again to change it up again, like they have in the last couple seasons. And They're going to hope that the shift helps him out on the left side of the at-bat because he was the 11th most shifted on player when he batted lefty last year, and maybe he's going to find some more of that grass and shallow right than before. And they like the walks. They would pinch hit him to get that walk. So, and Oswaldo struggled with the curveballs and chasing, and Hicks doesn't do that. So if you're looking for that approach or just to split time, I don't know. Unless there's a big trade, I think Hicks is there. And at that point, just hope what he does well, he does well. And it's enough while the rest of the lineup is helping him out. The worry is that the same thing we've said on every damn episode. If it's the 3, it can't be the 3. It can't be the same bottom half makeup we had last year because it didn't work.
No. And I mean, the last 2 seasons is 162 games on the nose, which always makes me laugh. 12 homers, 10 steals, a 211 batting average, a 322 on base, a 639 OPS. So a guy that's had a lot of injuries, a guy that's had significant injuries, a guy that's now in his 30s. Like, the recipe there is just not a good one. And that's a lot of honesty out right there. And I guess spinning out of it, the Yankees don't talk unless they have to or they want to. And now we've got our second. Judge could play left field and IKF can play left field. So maybe they're a little open to getting funky out there than we think. Because we did see Oswaldo play out there. But if Hicks is on the team and he's getting paid, he's an outfielder who actually plays a solid left field and is going to find a way to get a lot of at-bats, to the point that in a year that had a lot of downs for him, he played the 5th most games on the team.
Want to hear a quote from an article that came out yesterday from Hicks?
Quotes. Yes.
They booed him before he stepped up to the plate in spring training, and that kind of stinks. I don't like booing a guy before before his first at bat in spring.
Fresh.
It's kind of a bummer. He said, I mean, by this point, I'm used to it. The way I really think about it is that I'm here now, so I'm going to do everything I can to help this team win. For me, right now, I'm here to get ready to win a championship and do everything I can to get ready to go. Normal, good quotes. I like that. Then they said that, they're toying with the idea of playing Stanton left. This is from NJ.com. And Oswaldo Cabrera is in the mix. So where does that leave Hicks? And Hicks's quote to that is, obviously, I've got to put up some numbers in spring training, and I'm not a great spring training player.
Yeah.
It's a weird quote. Just hedging his bets.
Yeah.
That's not a great, confident quote. We did Domingo Germán's episode yesterday, and Germán was, I didn't say this, I forgot. Germán has a similar thing about him and King or Clark. And he said, well, I think what I've done in the past, I should be the favorite. And you're like, I like the confidence. Like, yeah, go out there and win it. Hicksy, baby. Fuck, you guys are going to judge me on my shit. I'm not good at spring training. This matters? Damn. I'm bad at spring. That's weird.
I'm just not good at spring training. I'm sorry. Me either, to be fair. If I went out there this spring, I would stink.
That's so weird. But anyway, I hope he has a better spring. Dude, he kind of loses me with his quotes all the time.
Yeah.
He's just kind of an Eeyore.
It's
like, how am I supposed to? I was just like hyping him up that I hope what he does good. And I was in on him and like trying to be like, buying into him. And like out of the 3, he's what? I don't know. You didn't really instill confidence in me there. Imagine if he went to Boone's office, was like, so you're judging us on spring training, Booney? Ah, shit.
Well, they're not, so that's where it works out.
I'm not good. They're not. Yeah, they're not.
So that's the win-win. Yeah, man, I don't know. He's a guy that almost feeds off like swag and confidence and feeling good, and he hasn't felt that for like 2 years. So I think that's the problem. I think that's where you get the Eeyore quotes, because I think he wants to be the turn to the dugout guy and hype the boys up and hit it off the pole. And he did that weird face roll gif. Was that last year or was that 2 years ago when he caught a home run and he did the like, damn.
Oh yeah,
rolled his
I don't
neck
know
like that. Whew. Get yourself a front row seat for the Aaron Hicks experience at SeatGeek. Code JOHNBOY preseason, 15% off, 1-5. Whether you're a first-time buyer or not. Sometimes they do the first-time buyer stuff. Not this one. JOHNBOY preseason, 15% off. Whether you're seeing the Yanks in Tampa, whether you're going to the Garden, whether you're going to the Boogie Down Bronx, wherever you're getting seats, make sure you go to SeatGeek, download the app, use code JOHNBOY preseason, 15% off tickets at SeatGeek, and we got a link in the description too.
dude. He's a fine spring training player. Hicks, get your head out of your ass. You got an 814 career OPS in spring training, Hicksy.
No.
Every time he's been fighting for a job in spring, he's dominated. 2017, it was him and Judge fighting for who is going to be the starting right fielder, which Aaron. He had a 897 OPS. He had a 268 batting average. I mean, with the Twins, when he was a young guy fighting, he had in 2012 and 2013, he had a 1.051 OPS with a 407 on base. 2014 with the Twins, 364 on base in spring. I mean, Hicks, come on, dude. Get some fucking confidence. You're a good spring training player. It's just whenever the job is given to you and it doesn't mean shit, then you don't care that much. He's hitting 400 so far this year. Someone's got to shake this dude.
Yeah, he was the one. I thought Donaldson would stay because it's one more year. I thought IKF would stay because he could be an all right bench piece and he's supposed to be versatile. Hicks was the one, and you're going after Benintendi. Hicks was the one that I thought they were going to move on. They still haven't. And hey, man, like I said before, man, when your juju's going, like it's fun and it feels right on the team. Like you're beloved. We're eerily similar in age, so we're connected by that. Like we're Libras. Your brother had the coolest car drive up approach ever at our spring training house. That's gonna be with me forever. So if you come out and put eggs on our face, I'm open to it. I'll literally do it. If the Yankees win the World Series, I'll let you cover my face in eggs, Aaron Hicks. But God, make that happen.
I mean, just start believing in yourself.
Believe in yourself, man.
I mean, I got to pull up his spring training numbers to remind this dude he's a good spring training player. That's where we're at. That's low. That's a low bar of confidence.
We got to start bringing signs to games. A good believe in yourself sign. God, that's powerful.
That is.
Okay.
That is. All right. That's the Hicksy PPP. I don't know
Sam
where we're at, but right now, sign me up to go be this dude's tough love. It is, wake up, idiot. You're not paralyzed. That's what he needs. Good ass kicking. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, everyone.